let's talk a little bit about posing. Now, posing can be useful since the most optimal pose for creating garments is a T pose. But when we are done with the outfit, we don't necessarily wish to keep this ready pose, and changing it may help the garment presentation and perhaps pronounce certain details. For instance, we can show off that the pleated dress has a gap on the side by pushing one of the aftar's leg to the foreground. And we are also able to incorporate accessories such as the purse into the whole picture by putting it into the aftar's hand. Now you can either select a pose from the preloaded one, or you can make one yourself using the joints. Now we can turn the joints on by going to left toolbar to the after display and turning on the X-ray joint, which is the icon right here, this one, and the shortcut for it is Shift and X. And now you are able to see all of the joints, which you can also move around using the gizmo. Now also make sure to be under simulation mode while you are doing this, because of course when you are moving the joints around, you also want your garments to follow the avatar's body. Now moving these joints might give some issues in the beginning, especially because they don't have any constraints and you can freely move them whichever direction you want, even the wrong one. But if you move them slowly and taking into consideration the pose that already in, so you won't turn the arm in the wrong direction, perhaps you will get the hang of it. So for instance, I can push her legs closer together if I would like, so something like this. And maybe I wish to put her arms down this way, select the right one and rotate this. Now I can even go to such details that if I zoom into the hand, you can see that I can also move her fingers like this. Easily you can move the avatar's fingers. This way you can move the fingers also. So kind of like this. By pushing the joints back and forth, I can achieve the pose that I wish to. So this is for poses that we achieve ourselves. So let's just press Shift and X once. Now we are take a look at the preloaded poses, and we just need to go to File, Open and select Pose. And here we have a list of all of the avatars and need to select the correct one. Right now we have select female A, so I have open it, and here I have a list of all the poses. Now you can really know all for glance what each pose does, so you're gonna have to go through them and pick it by yourselves, and then you get a hang of it. Because all of the avatars basically have the same poses, I am just gonna randomly pick. Let's say pose 4 and double click it, and then as you can see, our avatar is slowly simulating with the garment into the pose that I have just selected. So this may take a bit of time because we lower the particle distance quite a bit and our garment is very detailed. So I am going to fast forward this at this point and just go to the end of the simulation. Alright, this is the final pose that we have. So what I would like to do, I always like to use one of these preloaded poses to get my avatar into a certain pose and then tweak the pose even further using the X-ray joints. So shift and X again, and now I am able to change the pose even further. So maybe I would like to push this arm a bit upward, and actually this is the pose that used for my purse. So I just turn her hand around. Be sure to select the right joint. So turning her hand around and also putting her fingers a bit closer. So when we are moving the X-ray joint, the possibilities are nearly endless, and we can even go for more complex pose if we like. And I am going to let you play with that on your own. And in the next clip, we will also be talking little bit about animating as well.